I'm heading out, man. You want to ride?
No, I got my car, but I actually really need to go to the bathroom.
Dude, are you okay?
I am definitely buzzed.
Yeah.
I think I will take this, and I will take that ride home.
If there's one thing every car guy hates, it's cleaning the garage. Do you want to take most of the time and hassle out of that job? Then call Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Agnes and her crew will have your garage, shop, basement, or even your porch looking great all the time. With unique patterns and designs, plus the ability to incorporate your logo or any artwork, your space will never have looked better. Installation is done in 1 day, guaranteed, and Zone Garage offers a 20-year warranty on the top coat. Their coatings are durable, anti-slipped, and impact resistant. Give them a call at 570-856-6067. That's 570-856-6067 for Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey.
I'm Ryan Newman, and since I started with Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives, I found out that some people think that they can't be an organ donor. The truth is, anyone can sign up to be an organ donor.
Anyone?
Anyone?
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Anyone can sign up to be an organ donor. So don't count yourself out because somebody's counting on you. Go to driventosavelives.org and sign up today.
But my heart's going to you, Ryan.
Love that shirt.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Lucas Oil Raceway Park, just outside of the great city of Indianapolis, Indiana, where tonight the iRacing Sprint Car Cup will take on this two-third mile, a little over two-thirds of a mile. 55 laps the distance here this evening. Caution laps will not count. Qualifications already underway out here on the Speedway and just getting underway. My name is Chris Graham with the National Racing Network. It is a pleasure to have you joining us here this evening. 23 cars scheduled to take the green flag here this evening, and very quickly to the top of the charts goes Jeffrey Stanton, 19.89 seconds. Picked up the win in dominant fashion here last night in the Silver Crown Cup Series. Lap number 2, even faster, 19.814 seconds. He's got almost a full tenth over Rich Foreman, who's currently qualified in the second position. Rich Foreman runs third. Ryan Sellers just completing his qualification laps. Let's pick up the number 12 machine of Gwendolyn Old. She makes her way onto the back straightaway. Stanton, Smith, Foreman, Love, and Ron Quinzel going to be your top 5 in qualifications to this point. Still waiting on a handful of cars to get out on the racetrack. Down at the bottom of your screen, you're able to tell who's going where, who's going quickly. Green means it's a personal best. Purple means they've gone fastest overall. Lap number 1 going to be in the books for Gwendolyn Old. She'll move up to the 12th position, 20.382 seconds. I want to thank everybody who's tuned in tonight on YouTube and the Twitch National Racing Network channels. We appreciate you hanging out with us here this Tuesday evening. If you're checking us out on the YouTube side of things, we are able to accept Super Chats. Pretty easy way to all about guarantee that we're going to get your comment up on the air. Also, memberships are available starting at just a couple of bucks a month to help support the broadcast mediocrity, excellence, whatever you want to call it, of the National Racing Network. Slide back here, pick up Josh Batista in car number 14. Batista's first lap going to time in 14th quick at a 20.451. And it looks like that will be the end of the run for Josh Batista. See the number 5, Mccoy Haslow, out on the racetrack, currently 16th quick at a 20.514 second lap. Still have 5 cars that have not set a lap time, including Austin Miller, Kyle Mooney, Joseph Hogan, DL Lemon, and Anthony Butte. So looks like with about 45 seconds left to go in qualifying here, Jeffrey Stanton will be your quick timer. And Jeffrey, congratulations on a lap that's at least going to put you towards the very pointy end of the field here, if not claiming the pole award tonight.
Yeah, thank you for that. I've been frustrated all night, and I don't know how I pulled that one out, but I did.
It seems like that's what we've been hearing a lot of from some of the other drivers, is that this place is going to be very tricky, and you really don't know what kind of race you're going to get here tonight.
Hey, I think it's going to be a lot like last season as far as track conditions. It's really cold once again with it being at night. I don't know why it's 68 in August, but it is.
Yeah, we're actually just about to get that information. So congratulations on the pole award here. Good luck tonight.
Yep, thank you. You have a great broadcast.
Thank you very much, sir. We appreciate it. Qualifications have come to a close. Before we get you the starting grid, let's first get you tonight's weather conditions, brought to you by our friends at the Weather Center. Offensively accurate weather information for eastern Pennsylvania. As Jeffrey mentioned, 67-degree track temperature. Man, that's a chilly, chilly night out there in central Indiana. Wind's going to be out of the southwest at 3 miles an hour. 68-degree track temperature. Going to be pretty darn tough for these drivers to get the cars up to their, well, we'll say best operating, or at least the tires anyway, up to their best operating temperatures. Fields lined up on the pit row. Let's get you the starting grid for tonight's race. Jeffrey Stanton and Dan Smith going to make up row number 1. Rich Foreman, Derek Love on row number 2. Rod Quinzel, Stephen Mastro on row 3. Ryan Sellers, Blake Bottoms on row number 4. Jim Vig and Gwendolyn Old on row number 5. Row 6 will have Ryan Farrell and Chris Janke. Jason Steinhurst, Josh Batista on the 7th row. Kyle Mooney and Nicholas Werner on row number 8. Row 9, Mccoy Haslow and Josh Cole. Jack Clevenger, Austin Miller will occupy the 10th row, while Joseph Hogan and DL Lemon will start in the 11th row. And all alone, all to his lonesome in row number 12 will be the 23 of Anthony Butte. Field making their way out onto the racetrack right now, and get you a look here at the number 1 of Ryan Sellers. Down there to the inside, the DRR Speedworks entry. Sellers has been absolutely incredible this season. In 8 weeks, he's got 9 starts, 8 wins, 8 top 5s, and 5 pole positions. He's led 335 of a possible 416 laps. The points lead is not all that massive, however, because Stephen Mastro has been pretty darn impressive himself. Mastro going to line up just 1 spot ahead there in car number 4, sponsored by Hoosier Tire East. Mastro, in those 8 weeks, has 12 starts, 3 wins, 9 top 5s, a couple of pole awards. Not nearly as many laps led, but the average finish is pretty darn good here. 1,110 points to 1,225 for Ryan Sellers. So about 110 points, but with the way this series runs, and you start factoring in the drop weeks and the strength of field races, we really could be in for a pretty spectacular championship battle here. As the iRacing safety car going to hit pit road. Fields will come off of turn number 4. Green flag goes in the air, and we are underway here at Lucas Oil Raceway Park. Jeffrey Stanton gets out to a great early lead. Big battle going on back behind him. Almost making a little bit of contact there. The 6 of Derek Love just ahead of Ryan Sellers and Ron Quinzel. Sellers down to the inside, Quinzel to the outside. That black and yellow Livestrong, number 10. Bringing Steven Mastro right with him. Battle for the race lead as well. How about this fight? Dan Sellers down to the inside of Jeffrey Stanton into turn number 1. He'll claim the top spot as they head down the backstretch. Ryan Sellers just making his way around Rich Foreman. Caution on the speedway. Yellow flag is out. Trouble on the racetrack. Looks like Josh Cole may have been the driver that was involved in that one. Get you a Hot Shoe Racewear instant replay. Take a look, see what happened to the 19. A little bit too much throttle on corner exit. Drills the inside retaining wall. Cole takes the tow back into the pit area, but that will put us under the first caution flag of the race. As always, caution laps do not count here in the iRacing Sprint Car Cup. So let us know where you're watching from, where you're tuning in from here. Let's get the comments starting to light up a little bit here. Want to make this as interactive as we possibly can. Told you about the first 2 drivers in the point standings. Jeffrey Stanton runs 3rd. Dan Smith, Derek Love completing your top 5. Jason Brown, Chris Janke, Joe Adams, Ron Quinzel, and Kyle Mooney are your top 10. Now that's in the overall point standings. When we look at Division 1, it's going to be Stellers, Mastro, and Stanton. Also Love and Jason Brown, the top 5. Sliding back a little bit here to Division 2. Going to be about a 90-point lead for Dan Smith over Chris Janke. That's one of the neat things about the iRacing platform here is you're not only scoring overall championship points, but you're also kind of separated by division as well. So within your iRating and kind of how everything plays out in regards to the iRacing service, that's how they group everybody into divisions. Gives you a chance to compete for more than just an overall championship. You could be a mid-pack driver, but you perform well in these strength of field races, you're going to be able to claim yourself a championship once the season has come to a conclusion. And we've only got 3 more weeks left here. This is week number 9. Coming up next week, we'll be at Thompson Speedway in Connecticut for a 40-lap feature event. Then down to Five Flags Speedway, 55 laps the distance down there in Pensacola, Florida. And round out the season right at the end of August, Southern National Motorsports Park for a 60-lap feature to be our championship decider. But Dan Smith grabbing the early lead over Jeffrey Stanton. 3 laps in the books. We've already got 1 caution flag. Smith has the fastest lap of the race. He's the only car in the 19-second bracket. Let's see what he's going to be able to do here with some clean racetrack. Green flags back in the air. We're underway once again. Smith able to get out to a healthy lead over Jeffrey Stanton. Call it 4 car lengths as they come off at 2. But great run off the corner by Stanton. He's going to close that gap up just a little bit. Looking back in the pack here, Gwendolyn Old down to the inside of Chris Janke. This is the fight for the 9th position. Everybody out front, strung out single file. Josh Batista battling just back behind with Ryan Farrell. See Ron Quinzel fighting Blake Bottoms. Bottoms, big old tank slapper off of turn number 2. He's going to dive back down to the inside. You can get around this place potentially a hair quicker problem is you are going to absolutely cook the right side tires. And maybe seeing a little bit of preservation going on here is Jeffrey Stanton, Ryan Sellers fighting for the third position. Sellers looks to the inside. Stanton going to keep it right up on the outside retaining wall. Sellers claims that position pretty easily off of turn number 4. Going to put 3 of the 4 DRR Speedworks cars right at the front of the field. The 4th one runs in the 5th position. That's Derek Love. Good look there at the number 6 machine making his way through turns 1 and 2, fighting with Steven Mastro. A little bit of trouble back in the pack, hearing some cars making some contact, and caution flag is out. Take a look and see what happened here. May have been Kyle Mooney getting involved. Oh, yeah. One car up into the outside retaining wall. Mooney bounces it off the inside. Gets it spun back around. But that will bring out the caution flag. I believe it was Ryan Farrell that may have been. Yeah, he was the first car. Got it up into the outside wall. Got it way down to the inside. Bounces it off the fence. Gets it back on all fours. And Farrell going to be able to keep that car at least out on the racetrack for the time being as we work under caution flag number 2. So field's still working behind the iRacing safety car here as we are under caution. Lights are out on the iRacing safety car, so we're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing. Dan Smith, still your race leader. He got a great restart last time, got a very good one this time around as well. They'll make their way through turn number 1. Jeffrey Stanton slides up the racetrack just a little bit. Derek Love tried to get inside there. Might have seen Rich Foreman bounce it off the outside retaining wall. Leaders all single file. This is a fantastic battle that's starting to develop here. Derek Love, Steven Mastro, and Blake Bottoms. Mastro down to the inside. Stanton all the way up against the outside retaining wall. That's going to let Derek Love catch back in, but man, Stanton gets that car wound up off the corner. Battle for the second position. Ryan Sellers down to the inside of Rich Foreman. Dan Smith has started to check out here. Called the lead a half second for the 47. If you're following along in the timing and scoring, Dan Smith is the number 9. Running those custom DRR Speedworks paint schemes there on those machines. So the 47 pacing the field here this evening. 3 wide, just back in the pack, a little bit further behind them. Pick up that battle. That was Blake Bottoms, Steven Mastro, and all the way down to the inside, Ron Quinzel. Oh, buddy. Lap 16 of 55 already going up on the scoreboard. They're going to tick off in a hurry here. Best laps all down in the high 19-second range for the entirety of your top 5. Derek Love tucked down to the inside. Blake Bottoms coming around on the outside. Steven Mastro now going to look inside. Race leaders having to work some lap traffic here. Sellers back to the inside of Foreman through 1 and 2. Call Rich Foreman the Iron Man here. Coming off Indiana Sprint Week, tiny bit of downtime. Then they're out here in Pennsylvania for Pennsylvania Midget Week this past week. They finished up Saturday night, Lanco's Clyde Martin Memorial Speedway. Back here on Tuesday, already in the sprint car on the iRacing side of things. Well done there, Mr. Foreman. Trouble on the racetrack, a little bit further back in the pack as Blake Bottoms was looking to the inside of Jeffrey Stanton. Jim Vigg battling with Gwendolyn Old. Little bit of contact. Oh, man, then Vigg hard into the inside retaining wall, up and over down the front straightaway. Stick the landing. Russian judge gave it a 9. But Jim Vigg with some pretty heavy damage there. Trouble for Jim Vigg, Gwendolyn Old. Looks like Josh Batista may have had an issue there as well. Yeah, he was the 3rd car in on that one. He got hooked by Jim Vigg. That car slowly oh, and then he rolls it over, trying to get it wound back up. Potentially a big smooth move of the race cannon there. Then he gets drilled by the pace car. Tough break for Josh Batista. Gets caught up in a mess of not his own doing, then flips it upside down, trying to get the car pointed back in the right direction. We had 4 DRR Speedworks cars inside the top 5. That has now changed as Derek Love going to be running in back in about the 7th position here. So we are once again working under the caution flag. 3rd one of the night here, but already 19 laps on the scoreboard. So lights are out on the iRacing safety car. We're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing here this next time by the start-finish line. Josh Batista back out on the racetrack, and he'll actually remain on the lead lap. Only 2 cars being scored a lap down here. Anthony Butte, Kyle Mooney. Josh Cole out of the race in the 23rd position after completing just about 3 laps. Fields off at turn 4. Green flag's back in the air. We're underway once again here. Big move by Jeffrey Stanton way down to the inside. He made that work 1 season ago. He's going to try it again. He's not even on the inside of the racetrack. He's down on the apron at the entry to the corners here. Oh, what a save, Stanton. We may have a Donnybrook for the race lead developing here amongst teammates. Well, great couple of corners there for Dan Smith. Allowed him to open the gap back up on Rich Foreman and Ryan Sellers. They run 2nd and 3rd. Derek Love, Jeffrey Stanton going to fight through 3 and 4. Man, Stanton has an absolute handful in that number 94 machine. Give a shout here early on in this race. How about DL Lemon in the number 17 Bitcoin entry? Coming down the front straight away as caution flag flies. DL Lemon up 11 spots from where this race started here this evening. Approaching the halfway, and caution flag number 4 are going to be out. This time for the 23 of Anthony Butte. And the Brady Bacon mean green colors bounces it off the outside wall. Gets the car looped back around, but that's going to be enough to bring out the caution flag as the leaders were bearing down on him. Wisely got the car cleared off the racetrack. So DL Lemon, your hard chargers so far for the evening, up 11 spots. Just back behind them, Jack Clevenger and Austin Miller. Those cars running in the 12th and 13th positions. They're also up 7 spots from where they started the race this evening. 2 drivers that have made the biggest fall from grace at the start of the race. Jim Vig, Gwendolyn Old, both down 12 positions, currently being scored 21st and 22nd. And it looks like both Vig and Gwendolyn Old will be out of the race here, as is Anthony Butte. So Kyle Mooney, the only car left being scored 1 lap down. Still have 18 cars on the lead lap of this one here. So lights are still on the iRacing safety car. Looks like we're going to get at least one more lap here. Should see the lights go out on the iRacing safety car, this time by the start-finish line. Green flag goes back in the air. We're underway once again in the iRacing Sprint Car Cup. Steven Mastro going to look down to the inside of Blake Bottoms. Caution flag back out on the speedway. Trouble for Ryan Farrell. That would be incident number 2, I believe, that he was involved in here this evening. Off of turn 2, the car starts to twitch just a little bit. 3 wide making contact. He goes for a wild spinner. Down to the inside. Bail out, Goose. So 5th caution flag of the evening strikes the iRacing Sprint Car Cup here at Lucas Oil Raceway Park, Indianapolis. Still going to be Dan Smith at the pointy end of the field. See if we can get a quick word in here with Josh Batista. Josh running currently in the 14th position. And Josh, you told us in practice you were struggling. I don't think the struggle was meant to include flipping yourself upside down.
Yeah, definitely. That was a big time mistake on my part, but thank God the car was only at about 6 seconds damage, and we're back rolling here, so we'll see what we can get.
I'd say, how's the car feel after the incident? It wasn't a very long tow either, able to stay on the lead lap.
Yeah, I was very fortunate. Yeah, the car's feeling pretty good overall, so we'll see what happens here. I kind of regret changing tires, honestly, but I got what I got, so we'll send it.
All right, bud. Josh, thank you very much. We appreciate the time here, and good luck to you the rest of the way.
Thank you.
So Dan Smith, Rich Foreman, Ryan Sellers, Blake Bottoms, Steven Mastro. Your top 5. Jeffrey Stanton down 5 spots from where he started this race on pole position. He's definitely got a handful there in the 94. Derek Love, Ron Quinzel, Chris Janke, Jason Steinhurst, DL Lemon, your top. The rest of the top 10, excuse me. So it looks like Ryan Farrell will be out of the race at this point. Kyle Mooney's still on the racetrack. He will come around to claim the 18th position from Farrell as the lights are off on the iRacing safety car. We're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing here in just one more lap. See if the second half of the race can't start to settle in, sort of like what we saw in the NTT IndyCar Series race at Nashville. A lot of early issues, but man, the last 25 laps of that race were pretty darn spectacular. See what we're going to get out of it here. Smith leads the field off at turn number 4. Green flag goes back in the air. We are underway once again. It'll be cross flags next time by the start-finish line. Oh, man, it sounds like we got big trouble back in the pack. And that will put us under the caution flag once again. Trouble for Jack Clevenger, it looks like. Take a look, see what happened to the 22. A little bit too much throttle again on corner exit. He makes big contact with the inside retaining wall. Also potentially an issue here for Josh Batista. Oh man, pretty hard contact there in the back of one of the cars as we were getting under the caution flag. Batista, nice piece of driving there to keep the thing squared up. But unfortunately, the incident for Jack Clevenger will put us back under the caution flag. 6th time tonight as we are approaching 27 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock here. Take a look at the session clock. We're actually just past the halfway point. This race can go a total of 50 minutes. Too many more caution flags, and that may start to become an issue here. Coming up this week on the National Racing Network, no idea if we're going to have a High Side Hustle show tomorrow night. Burt Wojcik and Adam Rubright are going to be en route to Knoxville, Iowa, home of the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and a little racetrack called Knoxville Raceway for the 60th annual Knoxville Nationals. Pretty sure they're going to have a ton of content coming up here on the NRN platforms. Coming up on Thursday will be the doubleheader, as always. The Ezra IndyCar Series, working down towards the end of their schedule. Also, the Indy Pro 2000 Championship will be running round number 9. Coming up on Friday, once again, live real-world racing, Linda Speedway, Jonestown, Pennsylvania. Full night of micro sprint racing action coming up there, and we'll tip the hand here. If you watch the iRacing content, we're going to give you the heads up, but it's going to be a guerrilla broadcast in a lot of respects. Coming up on August 23rd, the West End Fair races will air live and uninterrupted right here on the National Racing Network. We've shot them in the past and done some DVD sales and distribution. Thanks to Alex Greenswig, Barry Greenswig, the entire Snydersville Raceway team. We will have live flag-to-flag coverage of the entire night's racing there from the West End Fair. Field going to make their way off of turn number 4. Green flag goes back in the air. We're underway once again here. Lap number 28 up on the scoreboard. Dan Smith absolutely checks out. He gone. Rich Foreman down, or excuse me, Jeffrey Stanton to the inside. Steven Mastro working his outside. Mastro able to complete that pass. Nice run for Steven Mastro so far here this evening. A little bit further back in the pack, Austin Rich Miller, DL Lemon fighting for 12th, 13th, and 14th. Oh, and huge contact. DL Lemon, you can't park there. Going to land it upside down on top of the safer barrier in turn number 1. And that will bring out the caution flag as DL Lemon has to take the tow. Keep your eye here down the front straightaway. Little bit of contact. Gets himself caught up in the catch fence, and well, that's not really the way you want your evening to end up. Take a look at that one from on top of the Bitcoin machine. Oh, that's never a good feeling. Buried in the safer barrier. No way you're getting that car unstuck out of that one. 7th caution flag of the evening as lap number 29 is up on the scoreboard. So let us know where you're watching from in the comments here. We actually have no comments on YouTube or Twitch so far here this evening. As we mentioned, down to just 3 races left in the iRacing Sprint Car Cup season. Thompson Speedway, 5 Flag Speedway down in Pensacola, Florida. Southern National Motorsports Park going to round out the field here. By the end of the month of August, we will have the entire 2021 Season 3 schedule wrapped up. We'll already be looking towards some of the end of year fun and frivolity. Coming up a little bit later in the month, the TNT Special Events Series and their Trainwreck Disaster Special Events League. Gonna be putting on an absolutely epic race. They're calling it Crownhurst. And if you can do the simple math here, Silver Crowns at Bathurst, a car that is built to only make left-hand turns and doesn't necessarily like long straight lines, is going to be making right-hand turns and taking on the very long straightaways of the Mount Panorama Circuit in Australia. They're going to have some friends out there with them, though. Not just the Silver Crowns for this one. Also going to have the Nissan GTP cars and the Jumpy trucks. Pro 2s, Pro 4s. Basically to help get the Silver Crown cars pushed back upright. And points will be awarded for those drivers. We're also going to have some of our friends from down under, well, quite frankly, being kangaroos. They're going to be in Skippy's, Skip Barber Formula cars, painted up to look like kangaroos, just generally wreaking havoc around the whole place. Going to be a ton of fun. We'll give you the dates on that one as it gets a little bit closer. But first, we got to get through this sprint car race. Off at turn number 4, green flag goes back in the air. Once again, it is a great start for Dan Smith. He absolutely smokes the field there. Rich Foreman able to hold on over Ryan Sellers. It'll be 25 laps to go next time by the start-finish line. Smith holds a 0.6 of a second lead over Foreman. Sellers going to be only about a quarter of a second back. Blake Bottoms right there as well. Good fight for 2, 3, and 4 making its way down the front stretch. Stanton all the way down into the grass. Full send Jeffrey Stanton that time. Blake Bottoms looking to the inside of the one of Ryan Sellers. Oh, they're going to almost make contact. They do make contact into turn number 1. Sellers with a fantastic save on that car. Bottoms looks back to the inside again. Oh, Rich Foreman bounces it off the outside safer barrier. This fight's going to get intense because Steven Mastro's right there as well. Mastro sees a chance to try to pick up some points, or at least not lose too many. Top 3 do not change except Sellers and Foreman swap the positions. Derek Love going to be in the middle of this fight now with Bottoms and Mastro. Jeffrey Stanton trying to get back around the outside of Steven Mastro on the entry to turn number 3. He wants back inside the top 5, but not going to be close enough to get it there. Oh, one car hard into the outside wall. That's Blake Bottoms. Huge crash. We are going to go back under the caution flag. Oh, and Bottoms gets drilled again. Huge wreck down the front straightaway and into turn number 1. That was a, oh man, violent series of hits for Blake Bottoms. Car stays on all 4s, but I have no idea how that car is going to drive here. Almost made contact with the 7. Bounces it off the outside wall. Couple of huge hits. The 10 was the first one that made contact there. That was Ron Quinzel. A couple of more cars piling in. Full ARCA brakes out of the back of the field, too. Not entirely sure who that one was, but we're going to go under the caution flag for the 412th time tonight here at Lucas Oil Raceway Park. Several cars going to be on pit road now, including Blake Bottoms. Looks like Kyle Mooney is on the racetrack, as is Gwendolyn Old. D.L. Lemon, Jack Clevenger, Ryan Farrell, Anthony Butte, Jim Vig, Josh Cole, all being scored out of the race at this point. So Dan Smith has led from the drop of the green flag tonight. took the early race lead away from Jeffrey Stanton, and Stanton has not had a real fun evening here at Lucas Oil Raceway Park. As the lights are out, we're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing, and at this point we are going to put the timer up on the screen here so everybody has an idea of what we're looking at from a timeline perspective as well. Pace car makes that hard left-hand turn. We're actually down inside of 9 minutes left and not a lot of time to go here as Dan Smith once again checks out on the restart. Derek Love up to the 4th position, so all 4 of the DRR Speedworks cars now lined up nose to tail. Steven Mastro going to have to deal with Chris Janke and Josh Batista. And the handful continues for Jeffrey Stanton. He is now back in the 11th position, down 10 spots from where he started the race tonight. But what a recovery drive for Josh Batista. Involved in one of the early accidents here tonight, able to stay on the lead lap. Batista now running and battling Chris Janke for the 6th position. Here's Batista down to the inside. Saw a little bit of smoke, but no real contact here, so at least not hearing any contact, so we're going to stay green. Batista and Janke going to continue their fight down the front straightaway. Seeing trouble on the racetrack for Joseph Hogan III. We will stay under green, however. Seeing Jeffrey Stanton came down pit road at lap number 36, trying to get some fuel packed in the back of that race car. So many caution laps. You're going to burn off a ton of fuel out of this thing. And that's really one of the ways that they make these cars handle well, is pack the bottom end full of fuel as well. Batista way down to the inside. He's able to recover. Fight for the race lead. Dan Smith, Ryan Sellers going to battle through 3 and 4. Good fight for 3rd as well. Rich Foreman, Derek Love going to fight side by side down the back stretch. Steven Mastro right there to take advantage of any mistake by either of those drivers. Top 2 still nose to tail, but they're side by side with Love and Foreman off at 2. Love able to hold on to the spot. Here comes Foreman fighting back to the inside. Off of turn 2, great drive off the corner for Ryan Sellers. He's going to look to the outside. Dan Smith's got the spot. They're almost making contact. Drag race to the line. I think it was Sellers at the line. That one was tight. It will be Ryan Sellers off in turn number 2. Tell you what, no team orders there. Ryan Sellers is kind of the A driver on that team. The one they're really shooting for to get a championship with. Dan Smith drove him very, very hard. Here's Love and Foreman continuing to battle as well. Rich Foreman 9 complete here in just a moment. Couple laps shy of 5 to go. This race has turned into a barn burner here late. Just like we said, just like we saw in Nashville for the Indy cars. Ryan Sellers opening up a third of a second gap over Dan Smith. Derek Love not able to do the same on Rich Foreman. Gonna have a little bit of lap traffic for the race leaders to contend with. Always a little bit hairy here in the sprint cars. The little murder machines is what we've heard them called. Down to 4 laps to go. Dan Smith almost got the outside retaining wall. Love and Foreman having to contend with this lap traffic, and Steven Mastro season opening. Tried to sneak that Hoosier Tire car up to the outside. Here comes Jeffrey Stanton fighting right back. Stanton down to the inside of Mastro. He's got a full tank of fuel and probably pretty warm tires as well. That may be the best this race car is going to have handled all night long for Jeffrey Stanton. He clears Steven Mastro way down onto the infield grass once again. Down to 2 laps to go. Ryan Sellers with a half-second lead will stay with this battle for the final podium position. He is out 1 lap to go. Race leaders making their way down the back straightaway. Derek Love looks like he's going to hold on to that 3rd position, and off at turn number 4, checkered flag in the air. He's going to do it again. Ryan Sellers gets the win in the iRacing Sprint Car Cup at IRP. Dan Smith going to come home in the 2nd position. Derek Love completes the podium sweep for the DRR Speedworks team. Jeffrey Stanton able to sneak around Rich Foreman there late in the race. Foreman going to finish things out with a top 5 run here this evening. Loving the burnouts from Ryan Sellers. Guy knows how to get that car up on one wheel, that is for sure. Get your race results here tonight as we get ready for the victory lane interviews. Ryan Sellers is your race winner by a third of a second over Dan Smith. Derek Love rounds out the podium. Jeffrey Stanton, Rich Foreman complete your top 5. 6 through 10 belongs to Steven Mastro, Chris Janke, Josh Batista, Ron Quinzel, and Jason Steinhurst. Hard charger of the race going to come home in the 11th position. That's Austin Miller, finishing 9 spots ahead of where he started the race here this evening. Nicholas Werner, 12th, 13th to Joseph Hagan, the 3rd, 14th, Kyle Mooney, 15th, Gwendolyn Old. Mccoy Haslow, Blake Bottoms, D.L. Lemon, Jack Clevenger, and Ryan Farrell complete back through the 20th position. Anthony Butte, Jim Vig, and Josh Cole all out early in this one here tonight. Victory lane interviews queued up here, and well, we'll see who we can talk to anyway. Don't see our 3rd place finisher in the booth just yet here, so we'll kick things off with runner-up finisher tonight, Mr. Dan Smith. I tell you what there, bud.
Yeah, as the fuel started burning off and got low there on the fuel, and I had got pretty uncomfortable. So just kind of lost the ass end is what happened, Chris. And Ryan was just a little bit better, man.
You know what? It was an all-around spectacular team night, though. I mean, at one point, all 4 of the team cars were lined up nose to tail late in that race. You really can't ask for much more than that.
No, you can't, man. I mean, both in real life and sim world, this is our home track, and this has always been a special track on iRacing for this car, you know, given the history, and you know all about that and things like that. But, yeah, man, I mean, it's a race we look forward to. I wish we raced here a lot more and longer races and all this and that, man. I don't know what to say, Chris. I don't like losing, man. Especially after having a good car, even to a teammate.
I'll tell you what, though, you guys are going to have some fantastic racing out there in the real SaveLives.org. and get all the information on being an organ and tissue donor. You can save 6 lives and heal up to 75 people, I think the number is. If you can donate blood, you can be an organ donor, and just about everybody can donate blood, and almost everybody can be an organ donor for that matter. Get all the information at driven2savelives.org. Be like Brian, be a hero. And with that, we're going to get out of here, folks. Thank you very much for tuning in here this evening. The iRacing Sprint Car Cup from Lucas Oil Raceway Park. Ryan Sellers is your victor here this evening. For everybody here at the National Racing Network, my name is Chris Graham. It's been a pleasure to have you hanging out with us here on Tuesday. We will talk to you, if not tomorrow, definitely on Thursday night with the Ezra and Indy Pro 2000 doubleheader. Until then, have a great night, everybody.